So when people think about guns in Tabor, I don't really think people will think about this particular gun, and that being the Mac. Is this 10 or 11? Because really have no fucking clue. I believe it's the 11, because I think the 10 is the 9 mil version. This one comes in a different bullet. What does it come in? But basically, this was a white reward from like a really long time ago. 380. Okay, I don't actually think any other gun uses 380. So this is actually a machine pistol that I can get behind because the grip is actually very well suited for to make it and it's very compact, and the best part is it actually has a threaded barrel. So this is like an assassination gun, and the fact that it's gold by default does make it very cool. So we're just gonna play a couple games with it, and then yeah, I'll see you guys in raid. So the because I can only buy three magazines in total, I'm actually extremely limited on the amount of magazines that I have, and because it's an SMG, well, I'm not gonna have a lot of bullets, so once once I use up the three once I use up the three what's the what the three magazines, it's basically over. Ah, that was worth it. I'm actually gonna use one of these for once, cause oh, colors. Colors. Everything's so bright now. You know what's funny? I could attain this just by turning the gamma up, just by turning the brightness up on my Quest headset. You can too, for a low price of $4.99. Okay, so maybe not a ranged weapon. Who's gonna who's gonna pop out first? Heh. Wait, can you mag on this? Oh, you absolutely can. Okay, so for who may or may not be watching this video, you asked me the other day, what does epinephrine and Vigor X do? Basically this. It for Vigor X, which is the more expensive one and the blue one, it makes your world more vibrant for a certain amount of time, and you basically the more you inject into yourself, the more you get. The main selling point of the Vigor X is the heal over time buff. But it will come with a downside later, and you will see, because I will stick around long enough in this raid for us to see the consequences of thine actions. But anyways, but I do believe it also. Well, I don't exactly remember the specifics. It's just that it's not worth what will entail later. Hello, sir. But yeah, honestly, is like this isn't that bad. Yeah, I wish I had more magazines, but because you can only buy three at a time, you. Oh, looks like reduce. This is the Yeah. Why would anyone do this? How's it look? Okay, so you can. Okay, so NVGs are affixed to it, but it's the pulsing still looks really fucking bad, and Christ almighty. It looks like a horror flick now. Is there something behind me? I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of analog horror recently. I do not need this amount of stress in my life. Actually can't see anything. Oh God. Where am I? I wanna ride out the consequence. Okay, everything returned to normal. So anyways, yeah, and epinephrine does the same thing, but instead of the pulsating black and white, well, I'll try and see if I can find an epinephrine to show you. But basically, for epinephrine, you get the like you get reduced stamina running speed. So I would say epinephrine would probably be good for maybe running on island, cause that place is actually so fucking huge. But yeah, not bad, honestly. But I mean, that's not the point. That's not really the point, is it? Uh, it's kind of redundant because I mean, Vigor X and whatever are clearly the superior choice, anyways. I bet you would have grouped up again. Yeah. I was wondering if I got boss because I saw no one, but then I remembered that I made myself known over there. I wonder how many bullets these thing have. So yeah, anyways, just use NRSs because you could really do without any of the bad benefits. Maybe I'm just short-sighted and I don't see the use of it because I'm a boring PvE player, but it's like painkillers, you know. There's no actual use to them because the whole point of painkillers is that you can have functional limbs after your limbs black out, but in that case, why wouldn't you just heal to cancel out your blacked out limb? You know? So I mean, the rationale is understandable, but the effect is a little bit too weak, and I'm pretty sure that after eating painkillers you will get a headache or something. So yeah, the fact that like it doesn't have a strong buff, and to couple that with the fact that you know, that you get a debuff from using it, it's not really deserving to be bought and used. In a rare case scenario, I guess you could have one, but honestly, if I really like wanted to bring one, I wouldn't even bring a blister pack full of them. I would literally just pop out one painkiller, slap it into here, and then call it a day. I like how I've done nothing but talk about everything that doesn't include the Mac 11. But anyways, going back on the topic, I think the Mac 11's a good weapon, and I mean there's no real consequence to you know, having it. This is the Mac 10. I don't like this one because it forces you to grab the thing and it's a little bit wobbly. Can I suppress this? I believe I can, but the reason why I'm actually mad at this gun is because like once upon a time I was using this for a I was using the Mac 10 for a randomizer challenge, and then I literally did this, and then I died because I didn't have the motor functions back then, because I was a coughing baby, and I dropped into an AI Phoenix, which was the certified coughing bomb. So Definitely fucked up. Thompson, great SMG. I'm literally talking about everything but the gun in question, aren't I? Okay. They need to stop it with the flying guns. Looks like we got more friends along the way. Yeah, NRSs have such a general white surplus that you don't really need to worry about not about not finding them. There's no situation in which you would you know be forced to use Vigor-X to heal unless you brought in 0 heals. In which case, you know, I'm pretty sure there's some Zero to Hero video in which I did exactly that, and then I just use the Vigor-X to heal myself despite being so low. But I'm pretty sure, was that during the period when there was when they set the when they fucked up somewhere and then they gave the Promadol a 0% spawn chance to spawn. I definitely remember that happening some time ago. But I mean, they've henceforth fixed it, so what's the problem, I guess. I remember people were going to a panic and there were like quests that require you to turn in Promadol cases, and people were like begging streamers to sell them Promadol cases. I never understood trading, to be honest. Like to me it seems a little, shall we say, it's like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but maybe call me old-fashioned, but I mean, considering I am playing the equivalent of a single-player game in a multiplayer game, I think people be best suited to find the stuff themselves, you know? Because I mean, you could rely on trading. Can't you just wait for the player trader market to arrive eventually? You know what? I'm just gonna. Can you reload faster than I can? No, you can't. I'm sorry. That was rude. But I don't regret it. Do I have sewers? I don't have sewers. Okay. Well, unfortunately, this video is only 13 minutes long because I have no ammunition. Well, I guess I can. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I can just make 3080 and then load into another rate. All right. See you guys in the next one. You know, something funny I really saw the other day was some guy being so having such heavy object permanence in his life that when recently the Tabor YouTube showed the duffel bag spawn for red keycard. He was like, I think it's fake because I've never seen it before. I was like, dude, are you that stupid that your object permanence is stopping you from realizing that just because you've never seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist there? Like, come on, dude. Just goes to show the general age of the Tabor community. I mean, most of you guys are probably fine, but because I mean, apparently, according to my demographics, most of you are actually teenagers or adults. But But there is no doubt in my mind that some of y'all are children. So you guys just don't tell me, or you guys don't act like your age. I'm pretty sure the EULA clearly stated that 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 you consent and acknowledge that you are 18 years or above. So like 70% of the community has already broken EULA, so ain't that a funny thought? In any case, yeah, I like a lot of people whine and cry about the game, but at least from what I've heard, but for the most part, as far as I know, it's only the kids who really do that. I mean, I have my fair share of complaints about Tabor, don't get it twisted, but I never blow it out of proportion like I've seen in the discords. That's why I kind of stopped going to the discords, because I heard it was really bad, so I decided the best thing to do was just tune it all out. I do miss red spawning up there. Gave me a reason to go up there. And now there's no reason to go up there, because now I'm just gonna check the other two spots. He got shot and then he just carried on. What is wrong with this guy? Gave him an extra pair of eyes. So the fact that you can grip it like this and it's that small actually to me makes it a relatively powerful CQB weapon. You know what would be really overpowered is if you could fit it into your pistol slot, then that would be really OP. But then again, if you wanted an automatic pistol, they recently added the blicky, so there's no real need to do that. Wouldn't you say? Oh, flare gun. Yeah, I'll summon a flare. Can you kill someone with a flare gun? I am very curious now. Oh, little lag. But honestly, I can tell you. Oh, what the fuck? Who the fuck shot me up? Scary bitch. Yes, it's surprisingly a very good CQB weapon because you can hold it very close to your chest like this, which means that, you know, they won't see your body. They won't see your gun, because like, what's a gun that I can? That's actually a really surprisingly good CQB gun. So point cannot stand. Let's take this Chris Vector for example. You have to use it properly. You have to hold it like this minimum. So assuming you're like this and you don't do this for some stupid reason, because that wouldn't make sense. You hold it like this, and then you need to go like this. They will see your gun first, even if you peek with advantage. It would still be hard to see. But with this, you can hold this way closer to your body, because it's a smaller frame, and then we basically peek. You go with it. So, I mean, obviously the Chris Vector is not a great example, because the real difference would be in rifles. So I need to find a rifle. Speaking of finding a rifle, I guess. Okay, so pretty sure this guy had a rifle. Where is it? You're telling... It's okay, I'll find a rifle. That's... I mean, that can work, but that's relatively long, so I can't do that. I don't know where this guy's thing went, but it's... Oh, here we go. So, to use a SKS, you kind of, like... Do you see how... Typically, from what I remember, you need to be... You can't overextend. So the distance that you are from the distance to the door where you can be seen is gonna be shorter. It's gonna be longer because you're holding a rifle. To not get exposed, you need to basically hold up till here. But for this, you can hold way You can hold way closer like this. I mean, obviously, anyone who peeks can see my shoulder, but assuming I'm posted up right against the wall and they can't see me, I my distance to the wall is much closer, which means that I can be much more tighter when clearing rooms. You understand? I mean, it's a whole lot of nothing. I don't even know why you're talking CQB with someone like me because I was initially CQB, and the little that I learned was the only knowledge that I'm imparting onto you now. Everything else, um, like honing the skills of CQB, uh, I didn't do it because I became the guy that used the M240B and then just plop down, set down, suppress fire, and then probably immediately die because I'm sitting still and not doing anything productive. So honestly, could be worse. I could be. I'm gonna be honest. Like ending up there was actually relatively luckier than I like to admit, because at the end of the day, room clearing is way harder. Can you imagine? Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a connecting room inside. Can you imagine having to clear all 6 of these rooms back to back? And meanwhile, you have to have your gun held up at all times. I don't know if any of you guys have actual military experience, but if you're not strong, the guns are fucking heavy. They're heavier than you would than than they're heavier, and the fact that you might be carrying even more, because let's not forget I didn't factor in the possibility that you might be wearing Kevlar, which is also heavy. You're carrying a lot of ammos, which is also heavy. So all in all, your setup is gonna be extremely heavy. I mean, obviously, obviously you're not gonna be carrying like it. I mean, Tabor is not that like it's not that ingrained in reality in which you would carry all of this with you. This is only because this is a survival setting with martial law, so you need whatever you can get. But in a military setting, you would toss your bag down and then you would go and fight. And look at that. Even then, I still am carrying 29 kg and I'm using a small ass thing. Can you imagine if I was carrying if I was carrying much more ammo? If I was carrying like a Galil and then I would have to clear. It was really bad. I'm glad I got out, seriously. But forget that. We're out. We only have a little bit left, so of ammo left, so I can kill like maybe this guy. Maybe I have to tap him, I think. What? Oh yeah, you can pull this thing out, so you can actually aim down the sights properly. I had 1 bullet. So I went to refill these. I found out actually 50 bullets. So it's quite generous, all things considered. Doesn't doesn't really feel like 50 bullets, but I mean it's an SMG, so it's no surprise really. SMGs, the literal the literal purpose of a of a machine of an SMG is in the name. It's a sub machine gun, sub standing for sub caliber, so it's small, so it shoots smaller bullets than that of a rifle. So that's the whole purpose. The bullets are supposed to be smaller. It has attained that purpose. That's why like the MP7 is so good because it's so small that it isn't it's so small, but but its damage and rate of fire rivals that of like literal pistols, but it's smaller and you can have a drum mag in it. Of course you can have a drum mag with like, you know, the snag mix and whatever, but yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys at the outro. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Mech 11, if you have the white reward, you can definitely use it because this is one of those white rewards in which you can buy, unlike the gold AK or something. So yeah, definitely pick this one up if you're looking for an SMG. It's definitely not a bad one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.